day. And I seem to have never passed the point that I still get the grotty vases. I have to scrub them out. So we line them with an acetate. To be perfectly honest, I got a Gordon Harrison diet. So it's just, it covers it up. It allows you to use a glass vase but cover up the dirty water. And because, as much as I'd love to say, everybody, change your water every 2 days. If you change your water in your vase every 2 days, you get another week out of your flowers, without a doubt. But I don't. I don't know. And so, obviously it is the best thing to do, but we want to cover it. So the other thing I have done on this vase is I've done a sellotape grid. Now this is something that most of you may know by now, because I know we've been showing people for years about this. What it does is, I suppose what it does is it changes out using floral foam. Where we used to all use floral foam, we now don't, because it's another element that we have to buy and that the customer has to pay for, and really who wants to pay for a bottle of floral foam? It's a bit boring. So what your sellotape does is it allows you to use less flowers, less foliage, and it stops everything from dropping into the middle of the vase. So it's one of those light bulb moments that you go, why do we never use it? Why has this never happened? And I could be doing a vase that's this big, and I will still sellotape it. And as you work in, the sellotape may give, but it doesn't matter because it's locking everything in. So it really is flower arranging for dummies. It really does make it very easy.
I think there's a book in that.
Yeah. I haven't done a whole lot of sellotape, as much as I'd love to. So, one of the things with flowers, there's a few little housekeeping things that you should always do. You have to cut your stems before you put them in water. If somebody goes to me, oh, my flowers died, and your flowers didn't die, you didn't cut the stems and put them in water and allow them to drink. So you always cut everything on an angle straight into water. Not cut it, lay it down on the bench, cut it straight into water. So
and that's the same if you get sent a bouquet, you should recut?
No exception to the rule. No exception. So you can see, quite simply, I always start with a foliage base because that will hold everything in place. Now, because it's winter, I'm keeping it reasonably simple and not using lots of varieties of flowers. I'm not a florist that likes to see a bouquet with one of everything that's available at a time in it. Because what it does, every time you get a bunch of flowers with everything in it, it looks exactly the same. So if you do one of these beautiful King Proteas, or at the moment we're importing the most incredible roses from Colombia. You've seen them, they're huge headed, they're kind of gnarly and great. We love them, we get really excited about them because they're strong and they're beautiful. How they grow them in Colombia is really so spectacular, I've got no idea. I shudder to think. But they do grow.
GE Rose.
And at Valentine's Day, what we get in New Zealand is so minor. On Valentine's Day out of Colombia, 15 plane loads of roses left every day. Go around the country for 2 weeks. It's incredible.
Plane must have smelled divine.
So find nice flowers. Don't feel you need to go and find filler flowers. Go out and find yourself one lovely flower and make the most of it. At the moment the orchids are beautiful and they're all beautiful, whether it's the browns or these lovely pinks and greens around. Find one and make it sing. So anyhow, I'll carry on because I will go on for hours about flowers. So as you can see, this holds in. You can literally plonk it in, and it's not going to go anywhere.
Does anyone have a question that they want to ask?
Just the old adage of having odd numbers still apply in how...
The funny thing is when I open my box that I just pulled out of flowers and I realise I've got twos of everything. Look, those of you that have got design training are going to scream at me. For me, if it looks good on the eye, it works. And if 2 looks great, use it. It is a hard one. Yes, ultimately odd numbers are good, but if it can work, make it work. Yeah.
Thank you.
So now, as I said, the magnolia is great at the moment, so you can't beat a vase full of magnolia. Now I am going to try and do this back to front, so it's front facing you and not me. Yes. I mean, when you're doing a flower arrangement, you shouldn't have to leave it at any stage and walk away and go, it's actually okay. So you can see how that sellotape really it just holds everything.
That's your base.
And that's now going to hold you into place, and I'll work into that. So I tend to be a florist that groups. You know, it's really, this is probably floristy too, but you know, you can get something that's just all mixed, beautiful, gorgeous. I tend to group things because I think if something's layered and it's the same texture, it has more impact. It's just the way I prefer to work. So if I'm going to do these leaves, I'm going to layer them. So we're creating one big leaf, really, and one platform.
So this is a little bit like the mass planting that you see in the garden. It makes it so spectacular, isn't it? Using the same plant.
Using the same plant on mass is, you just really can't go wrong. Now, one of my girls arrived at the shop today, and she said, "Oh, I just smell these branches." So it's right, I have them, thank you very much. The birch bark branches are gorgeous at the moment.
These from her own garden.
No.
Someone else like me out there.
Yes, there's lots of us that,
It's like sneaking a lemon, isn't it? When you've got a recipe and you've got one going to the market.
Yeah, exactly. I have to admit, we tend to, our eyes are everywhere when we're out driving around and we see people trimming their trees. Like, oh, okay, that might be going into the rubbish for you, but not for us. A great branch.
Now that's where the sellotape really comes into its own.
Sellotape.
Is that what
The sellotape when the folding is just holding that in place. Okay, so sorry, I'm going to just have a little work with my deck here for a moment. I just flip round. Once again, these, I'm going to group them all and I'm going to put them all in as one bundle. Look, sometimes you have to be a bit rough and a bit tough with them, but it's it's what works. One of the things with your sellotape is be careful that you don't go halfway down your vase. Have it hiding up here or else it will look ugly. And don't use coloured.
Christmas tape.
Don't give the secret away as to your extreme.
You just want that moment when you say, "Oh, flash."
Oh, wow. Beautiful berries. Look, these come through the market called winter berries, but for me, I would love to actually find out what they are called because they're not looking very wintry to me, but they are beautiful and they last. They last. You get a month out of these. So once again, if you're buying these, they are reasonably expensive at the moment, but if you can get a month out of them, it's like price per wear, isn't it?
Maybe it's justified.
No, and nor should you. So, things like king proteas. No, stop
Sorry, I keep
snapping.
poking this in your
No, it's
face, but I
fine.
know that everyone's going to watch that what you have to say.
The king proteas, they're beautiful. They last, keep them together, keep them strong. Don't try and mix things like king proteas with daffodils. It's not going to work. Or even for me, tropical flowers with English garden. They don't grow together. They're not going to sit in an arrangement together comfortably. So go for things that think about how they grow. Think about how they grow together, where they grow, and that will be a good indication as to whether they'll work for you. Okay, I'm going to make a mess in the showroom. Now you see why flower stock was so grubby.
There's a little sign over there that says work in progress. Perhaps we should get that.
Yeah.
Just shoves them in there.
It is very much shoving it in.
Is there anything you do with the water to help give it that longevity and aspirin? That's what my grandmother used to tell me.
No, why do they do that? It's really funny. The only thing you need to put in the water is a little bit of bleach. And you only need to do that for things like stock, gerbils, things that go smelly and mushy and slimy. And that's all. Fresh water. I mean, I tend not to use bleach because I will pour it all over me. I ruin many clothes, so we tend not to. But if you change the water every day, every single day, it really does make a difference. Sugar makes your flowers open quicker, so don't do that. Aspirin does absolutely.
Strike that idea.
What else was there? Oh, there's been so many things. Even the commercial sachets with the Chrysal, does it work? I really don't think so. And we used to always, when I started out in floristry, you bash the ends of flowers, you boil things. Once again, it's one of those things that if you cut something and put it in water, it's fine. It doesn't need to be tortured. I know I would like my feet boiled to make my head stand. And I had a lady in the shop the other day, and she said, I had this friend come around, she gave me a beautiful bunch of tulips, and she pulled out a pin and she shoved it through all the nets. And I was like, and she said they all stood up straight. No, it wasn't that they stood up straight because of that. As a tulip gets older, the straighter it gets and the longer it grows, they continue to grow. So, don't torture them. The things of beauty, they're from nature. Be kind to them, and they'll be kind to you. Really.
Davina, when you've got an arrangement like that and you have to change the water every day, how does that happen?
Okay, so you sellotape.
Sellotape.
So what happens is I could pick this up, turn it upside down now, and it's not going to change because the sellotape holds it all in place. So that's the other tricky thing. So I could transport that to Wellington, and it wouldn't change. It wouldn't change. And when we're doing an event or we've got 150 table centres to send out, we're doing that and we're transporting everything down, and the sellotape holds it in place. Wow. And you can't see it. And this one's holding firm. But for the person that's buying it, I won't pull it all out. But I could pull it all out and it wouldn't change the arrangement. It wouldn't change the arrangement at all. So I think, my biggest piece of advice is keep it simple with flowers. Don't try and get too complicated. Don't overwork them. Put it in, leave it in, make it work. It's like that cake, you overmix and you ruin it. The same thing will happen with your flowers. But don't be afraid of a vase of magnolia with a big branch in it, or just a big branch. All the magnolia is coming into beautiful bud at the moment. I have to admit, that was one thing we go, oh my God, look at all the magnolias just bursting, and it's beautiful. And just that in a vase is really lovely. So, you know, don't be afraid at your dinner party to put something in, because a vase with something in it, even if it's something inside it, you know, there's some, down on the end table, there's some orchids inside vases. Do that, it's perfect. When you put something inside a vase like that, it extends its life hugely because it's not open to the elements. You know, it's not getting touched, it's not getting played with, so it will last longer. It's actually it's a great way of flower arranging. You can do one sort of thing, put it inside a glass vase, it's great.
Can I ask a question? If you were to answer what's on trend at the moment with flowers, what have you seen apart from your gorgeous Colombian roses?
Oh, our Colombian roses are lovely. Look, there is a bit of a trend at the moment for very cottagey, gardeny, quite flimsy flowers. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous. For me, as a commercial florist, it's quite a hard thing because they have no longevity. And if I put them out and sold them to you, and you got 2 days out of them, you'd be kind of heartbroken. We need to, as an industry, really push things that are going to last. And I think a lot of the public have lost confidence in the flower industry because they buy something, and if it doesn't last, it is disappointing. So, you know, I actually had a man phone me yesterday, and he said, I bought flowers 2 weeks ago, and they're still in front of me. They're still flowering. I've still got buds to come out. And he said, I'm so happy. And that's my job.
Who is this man?
But, you know, ultimately that is my job. Because every day, everything I do, I have to make people happy. And the best somebody can say to me is, oh, wow, that was beautiful. You know, and that's what excites us. Look, we're coming into spring. And spring flowers in commercial terms are full go at the moment. There's daffodils, there's early cheer, there's lots of beautiful things. Once again, daffodils, plop them in a vase. Don't try and get complicated with them. They're beautiful. They really are. Look, a month ago we had peonies from Holland. They were stunning. They were stunning. We're very lucky that all of a sudden we are now importing a lot of flowers. And we're getting the best from all around the world, as well as the best from here. It's very exciting for us, it's great. It's really good. Yeah.
Does anyone have a final question? No? I think, oh yes.